Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Sierra Chuang. I am an artist and coloring book author. Today, in this video, I'm going to show you how did I make these handmade oracle cards from my recently published book, Earthsong. These cards are the special feature in Earthsong. There are 24 of them and they are spread out throughout the book that you can color in, cut out, and laminate to use as your own oracle deck. So they are the extra illustrations on top of the 40 illustrations that mentioned in the cover of the book. For anyone that might not be very familiar with oracle cards, they are a type of card deck used for inspiration, reflection, or guidance. Each card usually has a word, a phrase, or images with a special meaning, often quite positive or inspirational, depending on the design and the theme of the deck. And I want to quickly share that my illustration career very much started with a commission I did for a tarot author here in New Zealand a few years ago. And then a few more commissions for indie oracle and tarot decks. One was a yoga theme deck for a yoga teacher in Australia. After that, I started to work on my own oracle deck project, which I decided to not publish. Even I have been talking to a publisher for over a few months back and forth in 2024. I realized that I only loved the process of making the art and designing the deck. I actually have made few other handmade decks for myself as well. It is the handmade elements that I love. I don't feel the same way with perfectly printed or polished deck. This is when an idea for a handmade deck included in coloring book came to life to me. I hand illustrated all these 24 cards in this book and designed the message to be simple and clear enough that we don't need much explanations for each card, like many of the oracle deck that you will see out there, which have a booklet, explanation book to accompany the cards. If you are like me, who loves coloring and hand making stuff, I think you would love this feature in Earthsong too. It is fun when we can bring these basic light illustrations to life through colors we love and feel like they are associated with the word and images. And this video is showing you the process of me coloring in the deck and then later hand make it. Pretty much just about cutting it out and laminating it. And I would love to see yours as well if you have the book and work on this project. Please feel free to share with me if you do. The way I often choose color is partly based on references, like beautiful images that I found on Pinterest. I really love Pinterest. It's such a wonderful place for artists or designers. I get inspirations from Pinterest all the time. And another way that I often choose color is just based on experience, my personal preferences, meaning go with the flow, really. So having no plan. Some of the cards, I heavily follow references, and some I do not at all. Just let it surprise me by the end. And actually, for some reason, these cards really call me to just play and be surprised. Maybe because they are created as oracle cards, so there is an element of intuition and mystical involved. So it's free me up from feeling like I have to blend ahead too much. So just go with what I feel about the word and the image and at the moment and bring those colors and texture out into these cards. For me, art process is often involving lots of decision making. I often try not to get stuck in making decisions by just keep moving one decision at a time. One will reveal the next move needed. And over time, with more experience, my decision making with colors is always improving as a natural byproduct. I made a lot of mistakes in art and coloring, and I loved it. I also learned to fix the mistake by some creative ideas. And that's for me is the whole point of art practice. It's super creative, and even talking about it make me really excited. Mistakes in art is not really mistake. It's just the redirect, allowing ourselves to see where we are going next. Since this book is self-published on Amazon with Amazon standard paper, I use Ohuhu alcohol markers as a base layer and then use my favorite Polychromos pencils. Having the base layer of alcohol markers really help adding more depth to the page and create more of a texture for the paper to work better with any pencils. My first ever color pencil set is Prisma because it's a lot softer. Back then, I did not know how to use oil-based pencils. But later on, I fell in love with Polychromos, Faber-Castell for Polychromos, because of how firm they are actually, and I can keep adding layer after layer gently. It's not too much of the case for Prisma, where wax bloom can be a thing, and it can happen very quickly if I add too much pressure. And recently, Ohuhu sponsored me a Ohuhu pencil set to try. I did not use it here in these cards that I'm coloring in today, but I have used it quite often, almost every day now in coloring as well. Sometimes I combine it with other pencil or sometimes just on its own. And I found Ohuhu pencil also really, really incredible. Their performance is amazing. For the price, actually, they're a lot cheaper than Prisma or Polychromos. I'm quite easygoing. I'm quite easy to please. Good enough is good enough for me. So I love all of the 3 pencil sets that I own. I prefer to focus more on being present with the pages, and each medium brings something quite unique and different. So let me know what is your favorite art supplies for coloring and also what you find work best for Amazon paper. I have to admit that I wish I had my books published in fancier papers, but that is a decision that I decide not right now. I can't afford at the moment in terms of money investment and time investment. I really just want to focus on the art and designing books, not having to handle packing and shipping all by myself. I actually have talked to a publisher before about publishing my coloring books because they was interested in my slow living coloring series. But through that period of going back and forth with publisher, I realized that the publishing industry now is quite different. Even publishers are struggling to reach an audience, so they tend to put a lot more pressure on authors to do their marketing, which I don't really want to spend too much of my time on. So when I was having my conversations back and forth through email and meetings with this publisher, the editor sent me a whole 3 or 4 pages questionnaire of a marketing kind of plan idea, and they really dig really deep, which is amazing. But it also really intimidating to me. So pretty much they asked me to list out all of my social platform, which I understand, and I did all of that. And also they asked me specifically which influencer I have connection with, or which one I'm planning to build some connection with, and do I have any personal connections, relationship with bookstore, local bookstores or not, and do I have any specific marketing plan for the books and how to reach a bigger audience and all of that. And I got really intimidated because that is something that I felt like it's a full-time job. And I already have my full-time job, which is creating books. And on the side, my hobby is to coloring in. So my time's already being really, really tight. I'm occupied already. So I was really intimidated. Doesn't mean that I might not take up that route in the future, but for now, I'm not going toward that route. And before knowing about alcohol markers, I was really reluctant to publishing book through Amazon because I don't know if I can create books that people can enjoy. I can control my quality in terms of the art, in terms of the design, but if the papers are not great, people don't have good experience, then what's the point? So I was really, really reluctant, and it took me years to be able to go past that. I actually wanted to publish coloring books ages ago, since 2019, but I packed that for a very long time until when I actually got sponsor Ohuhu markers. Actually before that, I started to know about the existence of Ohuhu alcohol markers and all the other alcohol markers brands as well. I didn't know about that before. And it's game changing. So I can see a pathway for any people that can enjoy coloring in just regular paper, even just photocopy paper, very much Amazon paper really. And I got sponsor Ohuhu markers, a few sets to try, and I'm addicted. I love it so much. So I felt a lot more hopeful about being able to self-publish coloring books through Amazon thanks to actually Ohuhu markers that got me introduced to the whole idea of, basing with Ohuhu markers or any other alcohol markers really, and then adding your color pencil on top. And again, I'm easy to please with coloring in just with standard Amazon paper. And right now, I'm coloring every day for a few years now, actually, but I'm doing even more so every day now. As my schedule is really supporting this activity, actually. I'm usually up from 5:30 a.m. these days. And by the time I finish my work, which is just doing illustration and admin bits and bobs for my art business, then I could start my coloring for fun in the afternoon at about 3 p.m. So I still have a few more hours to do it before cooking dinner and enjoying dinner with my partner. I have done coloring some cards before recording this video, so I could laminate them all at the same time and show you. I just have a very cheap basic laminator that I got here in New Zealand from Kmart for I think $20 or $25 back in the days. I'd rarely use them. So this is perfect for it. And I still have about six cards left in the book. So I will show you all the cards in the deck later. Might have to be in a different video. After I laminated them with my laminator, one of my friends who also enjoyed this book a lot told me that she found laminating sheets that don't need a machine. This is mind-blowing to me because I had no idea those existed. So if you can find those, perhaps that is a much, much better way to laminate your card deck. I'm not sure how firm they could be, but I will find out from my friend very soon. And initially, I was gonna glue the card to another card, making the back of all the cards to be uniform. But I got lazy by the end, and I'm kinda love the back of the card that we can see the marker bled through. I think it's quite unique and it's handmade, so I really, don't mind that at all. It is so satisfying seeing all of these cards together. This is what I mean about I love the process, handmaking process of it. And if you make them, please feel free to share with me, either through Instagram or through email. I will be so thrilled to see your magic on these cards. Earthsong is available on Amazon. And thank you so much for watching. Happy coloring and hand making cards.